Is there such a thing as tactical nukes, and is Russia's Vladimir Putin bluffing or willing to ratchet up his strategy for victory in Ukraine by using tactical nuclear weapons? Hi folks, and welcome back to the Storm and Cellar. Is nuclear war getting closer to happening than what we thought? After all, for decades during the Cold War between the US and the Soviet Union, both sides held that first strikes were off the table. Mutual assured destruction, or MAD, was accepted by both, and both sides adopted many safeguards to prevent nuclear annihilation from happening. Now things appear to be changing. Putin's strategy of winning at all costs in Ukraine is now deviating from a long-standing refusal since 1991 to deploy nukes outside Russia's borders. He's threatening the use of tactical nuclear weapons on the battlefield. Quite frankly, I don't believe in the term tactical or nuclear weapons, which is generally about a 500-kilometer range. A nuke is a nuke is a nuke, and it can only lead to global escalation. So one has to ask, is this just a Putin bluff to scare the US and NATO from providing sophisticated weapons to Ukraine? Possibly, but he's now signed an agreement with Belarusian President Lukashenko to station the nukes there, but under Russian control. One thing's for certain, the clock is ticking on this 15-month war. On one side, Russia and Ukraine is having a slugfest in Bakhmut. Both are taking a beating. Ukraine refuses to relent and hoping the spring offensive will turn the tide and Russia's back is against the wall and is losing the will of the people back home because of the tremendous losses they've encountered in Ukraine. Also, Prigozhin, the head of the Wagner Group, a Russian paramilitary force who's lost 20,000 soldiers in Bakhmut, is politically turning against Putin. Both sides, however, are experiencing shortages of soldiers and weapons like you wouldn't believe. So what does that mean to NATO? Well, first, this may very well be Putin's Alamo to win or lose. Again, while losing the hearts and minds of his own citizens and running low on weapons, he needs to bring this war to a screeching halt before more NATO tanks, fighter jets, and weapons start to arrive, whenever that may be. Therefore, knowing his time is almost up, he moves the nukes well within striking distance of several NATO countries, such as Poland, which a U.S. base is there, to warn them that he is serious about using them. As crazy as it sounds, this might just be a winning strategy. In an effort to win political hay, President Biden's promises of an additional $3 billion that just materialized for Ukraine. The M1 tanks and F-16s he promised will come way too late to be of any use to Ukraine. Therefore, Putin is playing his last hand, and by putting nukes in Belarus might just turn the tide of NATO support for Ukraine. One thing's for sure, this war will be over one way or another by the end of the summer. But the real question is nuclear escalation in World War III just around the corner? Okay, I hope you found this video informative. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts by leaving them in the comments section below. So until next time, make sure your takeoff and landings equal.